People think I'm German, I'm blonde, and I speak slightly different and I make beer. Running a brewery, quality control is a hard job.
He is considered the godfather of New Zealand craft beer, the founding father of Emersons.
I've always wanted to put Dunedin on the beer map, and I feel that I have done that now.
How is it that you've done so well? What's your skill?
I'm not just an ordinary guy, I'm someone with something a little bit different. Wow, you've got something to show me. Oh, okay.
I was actually born severely deaf from birth.
Wow.
My parents always taught me just to be brought up in a normal life, going through the education system, mainstream, but just like any other kid.
We didn't know many deaf people,
Oh, well,
so we felt it was worthwhile giving him the opportunity of trying to be oral. Mine may not have worked, but we could only wait and see. So we worked with him from a very early age.
my mother doing the hard yards and getting me to speak.
Getting him to make sure he was watching your face and learning what muscle movements were, and gradually the words came.
Quite emotional looking at that.
Well, he's always been determined. He's always.
But Mum only passed away not long ago. Not many people realise the amount of effort it takes to get to learn.
Have you learned to sign as an adult? No.
No, never. I don't need to sign. I'm glad I did the sign because I would have never achieved all of it.
Within the first few years, we weren't sure that it would succeed, but it was an occupation for Richard and he was absolutely passionate about it.
I was fascinated with being my grandfather with the home brewer. One day, Dad and I were busy cutting down the long, tall grass, and he walked down with a tray with a jug of home brew with a big, creamy, frothy head. And I was only 9 years old at that time. Oh, and we never forget the memory of that. When I started the brewery, I couldn't afford a filter. And a dark beer was a good way when you don't have to worry about the clarity, but the flavour. Waiting for the beer to settle down at the head. My father, he was the biochemist. When I had my very first brew of London Porter, I put the very first barrel on the table at the biochemistry happy hour. They were my very first customer. You can imagine making points. That's what it feels like.
I'm basically a one-man band, but I've actually had my father come in to help me check out the answer phone.
Well, one of the things that Richard can't do is to use the telephone, and so I can do his telephoning for him.
Beer, it's classless. It's not like wine when all the people are snobby about, oh, they know something. People just want to get together and have a beer and just enjoy life. My father was one of the co-founders of Taeiri George, which ran train up to Pukerangi. It was a complete way of life for me growing up. Chasing trains with my father and hearing the loud chop, 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 chop noise wasn't the great attraction for this guy like me. The city council gave him a certificate of appreciation. The certificate was spelled wrong. It had George and we thought it had a great name, great story for the beer. We made this beer called Taeiri George to honour my father and the work he had done for the railway. Liquid hot cross buns, yum. Mellow, just like my father. It looks a wee bit dark to me. We have the new beer called England, a good tribute to my mother. Oh, that is the one. I'm really in for that. Doing a damn good job of bringing me up, not only to be a speaking person in a hearing world, but also to make beer. And it's actually her favourite beer style, which is a German heavy Weizen beer, lovely banana flavour with hints of cloves. Boy, she would enjoy that. Ryan actually tapped me on the shoulder, and then at that stage in life with the brewery, I felt I want to give something back to my shareholders. They were in their golden years, and I want to give them something back.
The reason why Lion wanted the brewery was that craft beer at the time was kind of starting to feed into mainstream beer. So Lion needed a brewery that could offer the craft beer to their consumers.
I had been approached by quite a few other breweries as well, but Lion realised that Emerson was part of Dunedin. There was no point taking it somewhere else.
So, Richard, what's your role now?
My role is more of a founder. Nobody's my boss, but he's doing a damn good job anyway. I have to put up with him.
But yeah, Richard does report to me in an ironic kind of way.
We talked with Lion. We had to have a time for the brewery so people could come and have a beer, have a meal, and that's what we've got now, and I'm really pleased with that. I've put something back into the community.
When Lion purchased Emersons, we were brewing about 900,000 litres of beer, and now we brew in excess of 2.5 million litres. We sit probably amongst the top 4 craft breweries in New Zealand volume-wise.
Is that not bad for a Dunedin brewery? Emerson has become part of Dunedin's social fabric.
We sell an awful lot of Emersons, and we've been here for a long time now, since 2006. 1812 is and was our biggest selling beer.
1812 is named after the Emersons phone number. It's 477-1812.
Well, we thought the name had a good ring to it.
We had it in a 6-pack in supermarkets and bottles, and the sales were declining of 1812. And so we made a decision to look at changing from 1812 to a more generic Emerson's Pale Ale.
Hey, it's not we, it was you.
I believe it was we.
Well, the customers were pissed off, we were pissed off, and we all continued to moan about it until and Richard got involved.
It's about Dunedin and the people being proud to be.
And does it remain today?
It is still here today, and it's still our biggest selling beer.
Albar did win the battle of 1812.
Pale Ale's no longer here.
Oh, right. Yum.
This is Ingrid, straight out of the tank. So this is a week away from being finished. First try of Ingrid Weissbier. What about my glass?
Oh, but so great. I'm so great. But I'm so excited. I have a big heat when it's properly carbonated in the can. My mum asked, I could give all the credit to my mother for what I am now. Cheers.
He's absolutely amazed us. You know, we're very proud of him.
Oh, Mum, that's good. Cheers.